Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to part 5 of our Neil Robertson pro career on Snooker 19. Today we start the Paul Hunter Classic and we've had a fairly easy draw against rank 126 David Lilley. Now this is the best of 5 frames, the official tournament is the best of 7 frames, but the event is a ranking event, so even though Robertson didn't take part in this event last year in real life, I thought I might as well try and get some prize money, try and get a bit of experience before the bigger tournament, which is going to be 2 big tournaments next with the 6 Red Championship and the Shanghai Masters. I don't think I'll bother with the 6 Red Championship just to get through the season a little bit, but I will definitely play in the Shanghai Masters. Now, I was a little bit worried because, as you can see, it says status not invited, but I think that just means you haven't been invited yet, and as long as you're in the top 16 by the point the Shanghai Masters come round, you can play in that event. But I have skipped forward a little bit since the last episode, which is the Indian Open qualifier. We've qualified for the European Masters and the China Championship, and we played a Chinese player, I think, in both of those qualifiers. Can't think for the life of me which one it was, but it was the same player in each, and I think we won both of the qualifiers quite comprehensively. So got through both of those, and as you can see, we've qualified for those events, which will come a little bit later on in the season. But just a little thank you. This is my first opportunity to thank you guys for 800 subscribers. It's been a really good reaction since the beginning of Snooker 19 on the channel. We've had over 60 subscribers, and that is absolutely fantastic since the game's come out. And the views look really good, so if you want to join the subscriber crew on the channel, I recommend you do subscribe to the channel for daily Snooker 19 content. We're going to get into this match, and I'm just going to try and see what the intro's like on this. So let's have a listen to the first round commentary for the Paul Hunter Classic.
Hello from Germany and welcome to the first round of the Paul Hunter Classic.
And the players really enjoyed coming to Firth, playing a tournament named after a great champion.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The first frame, David Lilley to break.
Of course, this Paul Hunter Classic named after Paul Hunter himself. Oh, nice to see this opponent is thinking things made a little bit smaller. It's the first gameplay I'm showing you since the patch has come out on Xbox One. I've been waiting a little while for that, but it has finally come. So I haven't played the game for a few days, so it might be a little bit raw. But interestingly, this is the last time the Paul Hunter Classic is to be a ranking event in real life this year, so the 2019-20 season. It actually is going to a non-ranking event, but for this year, it's a ranking event, and any experience we can get, the better. And we haven't potted that red. That was quite a poor pot on the long red since the start. And as I was hinting at earlier, I haven't played this game probably for a day or two now, so not too fresh, to be honest. But I think we should quite easily be able to beat David Lilley. Again, we're getting into a good run of winning games now. Of course, might be a little bit hard to beat the big guys around us. But I think we can beat the likes of David Lilley. I just think the quality will come through in the end. And we are a lot better, certainly, since those first few qualifying matches. But a decent start there from David Lee. He potted the red, which we failed to do, and he also got the black. So that leaves him with a score of 8. And we're just going to try and play the safety on these reds, which hasn't worked out brilliantly, but I don't think we've left a pot on, so that's all positive. Of course, the best of 5 frames this is, so we just need the 3 frames to go and win this match. So no seeding rules in this competition. It's very much just, you know, you'll get anyone in that draw of the other 127 players who play in this competition. And I think we've been a little bit lucky in getting David Lilley. I don't know, it might be a bad omen, perhaps, with him being quite down in the rankings, but we'll just have to see. Just a safety this time. Probably not really hard enough to get it back up the table. Where's the cue ball? Oh, just missing that middle pocket there.
The cue ball is finished up in a
but it will take 7 games, of course, for us to win this Paul Hunter Classic. I don't know who's taking part, whether all, I think they probably all are. The 128 players in the game, that would obviously make sense. As I say, in real life, some of the players opting out of that, some of the bigger ones anyway. Kyron Wilson, the reigning champion of the Paul Hunter Classic, played against Peter Ebdon in the final and won 4-2. Tricky red this is, so I'm going to play the safety again. And we're struggling to find a pot early on, aren't we? We can't really seem to find any opportunities, but I'm going to take this nice and slow. Again, there's no need to go for any stupid pot. And the pressure's on us a little bit here, with it being a ranking event and playing someone like Lilley. We're definitely the favourites here, so we'll have to really meet that hype for us.
Play this with too much pace, or he could leave his opponent on.
Probably just turn the TV down a tad, just so there's no echo in the background in terms of the commentary. But I think there is a pot on here on this red, so we're going to take it.
He's taking the red on.
Good pot, straight into the heart of the pocket. Where's the cue ball? No, we're just about okay. Now, no position on the black, unfortunately. But one of the lower colours will probably go. And in fact, it's a pretty much straight pot on the blue. So I'll get a little bit of screw back. Not too much, just enough.
We know what a prolific long potter he is, so I'd assume he'd take this on.
And the blue's gone. It was pretty much a straight pot, so that was a good pot.
Great cueing there.
Now, again, not in brilliant position here, but I think this red might well go. Just having a look, there's nothing better on the table. No, that's fine. Again, this is a little bit of a tricky pot. A little bit of a cut, but maybe a little bit softer. We'll just have to see how it goes if we're in luck, and we're not.
He won't be happy with that.
Pulled it too much to the pocket, and it hasn't gone in. But I think it's just the case in this first frame of getting our mojo, getting used to the game again, and then getting a few pots on the board. But I have to say, the reaction, just going to check, is this touching ball? No, it won't go to the pocket. Well, not in terms of touching the ball, the cue ball, but the red near to the other one, so it won't get in the pocket. But there's been a brilliant reaction, I have to say, on the channel so far to Snooker 19. I'm really pleased with that reaction from you guys. You guys really seem to be enjoying it, the different content, and this series in particular is doing really well. So hopefully we can continue that. And as I said before, if this is your first video of mine, I recommend you subscribe. Of course, we're doing daily content on this game, probably until the end of this Snooker World Championships in real life. And then we'll be doing bi-daily episodes of the Neil Robertson career. Just bear in mind that May, of course, is always the mad season for exams, so I won't be able to do this series daily. But for as long as I can, this will be a daily occurrence on the channel. And, of course, I'm really enjoying it, so there's no problem with this being a daily series. Just, I think the issue was that, of course, we hadn't got the patch yet. So I didn't really want to pay too much longer without that patch, which improves safety play. But getting off to a little bit of a decent start here, which is nice.
6.
So, 2 reds and a brown. Hopefully we can follow it up for this blue. Little bit of a tricky one. But that's just potted. Not the straightest pot in the world, but it's in the pocket. That's all that matters. Now, these reds are a little bit tricky because they all are very much tight to each other. Now, it's a little bit of a pity. Will this one go? I don't think it will. No, it won't, will it? No.
He's playing a safety shot here.
Maybe an opportunity for this red now. I was about to say the red that was a little bit further on. That won't go. So I think it's going to have to be a safety here. Better to be safe than sorry. You could go for an aggressive shot, but it's just not going to work out. So in light of that, we'll play a safety here. Maybe a little bit thinner if we can. Just want to make sure we don't hit the red. So it will have to be a little bit thicker. Oh dear, we've completely played that one wrong. That was a disaster. But David Lilly, you know, he's one of the easier AI to take on, so not much worry of him cleaning up here. But when we're playing against bigger players in this tournament, there's definitely a bit of pressure on us to play a bit better, which we will get. We'll get better throughout. Again, I'm a bit rusty after a few days off, but I'm sure we will get back to it very soon. But only 8 points from Lilly there. You have to say it's a little bit disappointing, given the opportunity he had. He just ran out of position, really, and missed a pot on the red. But we're just very close to the blue. Just tap that a bit. That might not be bad into the bottom pocket, actually. No, it's not bad at all, is it? So nice and soft. Play with some top. Try and get a good position on a red.
He's looking to pop this into the left corner pocket.
Good pot.
Excellent.
And we've got good position on a red.
Wonderful
Good
shot.
idea to play with some top there.
6.
Just to push the cue ball on a little bit more. But ideally, we'll finish this off in 3 frames. Ideally, we'll win our first 3 frames and finish this off. Now, the black won't go, will it, into the corner pocket? So we just got to bear that in mind. So we may as well play with some screw because the pink's out of commission as well. So we've got to get further up the table. Oh, where's the cue ball? Oh, dear.
Foul. Neil Robertson.
That's the problem with screwing back. Should have looked at that.
He's going
But
for it.
another opportunity now for David Lilly. We've made a few mistakes. Equally, it seems he's making a lot more mistakes. But no, not our best game really so far, which is unfortunate. And probably our best chances here. A long pot on this red.
Tricky shot here.
See if this goes.
He's missed it.
Ooh, just a little bit too hard there. And that red by the pink is now on, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think the pink's on as well now, from this position anyway, so if he gets the red and screws back, he might be on for a decent one here. But of course, he'll take this red near to the pocket. That makes sense. And the black will also go now.
Long pot. Right.
I'm really excited. The World Championships started in real life this morning. I've watched the first frame of Mark Williams against Martin Gold. And I think just the fact that this game has come out just before the World Championship really increases the hype towards it. And just makes a little bit more excitement towards the game. Now, unfortunately, no, there's no pot on here, is there? We could potentially play this really thin, or we could play this up the table. There's no real opportunity for a safety here, just bearing that in mind. Now, where's the cue ball going to go if we play this? Just noticing that there's not really much line for the cue ball, and I'm worried it's going to go into the middle pocket. But if we play it like that, it should just bounce off the jaw of the pocket and be just fine. But nice and soft on this red. Be good if we can get a long pot on it. Yep, there we go. The cue ball going as planned.
Fabulous.
And there we go.
Absolutely
Good pot on
pot.
that on the red. Now, I don't think this pink does go, actually, just from this angle. But we might as well take the blue one. Again, that's the shot with a little bit less risk. And we might as well break open the few reds that are there now. It's got to be dead clear and concise on the blue, which we are. And there we go. That's the reds sort of open, but not providing any position, unfortunately. So in light of that, we're just going to play a safety. Could try a thin one on this one, I suppose, into the pocket up here.
This is really
it's always worth a go. Probably a bit too soft.
Oh, so close. He
Yeah,
some luck there, and he
wasn't
didn't get
quite
it.
there. It was close, but you will
Robertson.
pop this red. We shouldn't really leave that sort of shot on. But because we are playing against Lily, there's not really much risk of him making a break that's too big, and he's just missed that that blue. Unfortunately, once again, there's no pot on here, so maybe into the middle. No, there's not, is there? No. So in light of that, very tricky shot to know what to do with here. I'm just going to lay it up to this red. And I've realised I've been a right plonker. I've been a bit stupid with... and I'm glad no one's commented about it yet. I was waiting for a comment about it on the previous videos about the touching ball. And the fact I keep getting fouls for push shots. And I'm just not noticing that it's touching ball. You know, I'm hitting the shots too quickly. And then because it's touching ball, of course, you've got to play away from the object ball. But I keep going, well, I don't know why we're getting a foul here. But we are now. Does this blue go? I don't think it does it? That's really unfortunate. No, it doesn't. That would have been a nice one, but it hasn't gone. Now, can I take this quite hard? Maybe get a little bit of screw. Let's get nicely on the red by the black. Got to pop the pink first, which... Oh, I thought we had done. Well, that was really close. Just a little bit too greedy and hard. We didn't need to hit it that hard. You can see how far the cue ball's gone up the table. And that was definitely a miscalculation there. And he'll go for this long pot now. And actually, he'll miss it. Wow. Now, these shots are really nasty. This will definitely go. I'll say really nasty shots these are.
One or two mistakes.
And we haven't potted that either. As you say, it's really tricky to make those. Really tricky. And it's been a very scrappy first frame so far. We haven't got off to our best. Hopefully, though, the mistakes we've made can all stay inside this first frame. And we can better our game a little bit in the second one.
David Lilly, 1.
But David Lilly missing a black there. Not really sure what he was going for because he's opened up all the balls. I suppose, obviously, it would be better for him if he potted that. But that's always the case with positional shots. Now, I want to hit this quite hard to get decent position once again. But not too bad.
Tricky pot coming up.
No, it should be fine to the corner pocket, but it's, again, a little bit of a tricky shot to play. Good pot. And pink's in a cracking position, so I think we'll take that. And I think we should take the first frame now. We're not going to clean up because that's just tricky with the position of the red. You've got to play a bit of safety just to hope that he'll command the position. But that's not badly on the red, actually, that's up in the bulk. It's going to require a little bit of tweaking with this shot, but that's not bad position at all, as you can see. We might as well keep it up there.
So this pot is
so we can keep on the table and score a few more points. But actually, that pink's in really nice position, so we could take that from afar. Got to bear in mind position on the red, of course, so in light of that, this makes things a little bit trickier. To be honest, I think we ought to focus on the pot, because again, you know, if we get the pot, sometimes position just works out naturally. Good position, good pot on the blue. I don't know what I'm on about. I was saying good position, good pot on the blue, apparently. But no, a good pot on the pink.
14.
And now it's just a case of playing a safety and doing what the AI tend to do and lay up to the pot. But to be honest, I haven't seen, of course, much of the safety play from the AI so far. You know, David hasn't really played much in the way of safety shots this frame. So we haven't really been able to see that. But that's a cracking safety.
Shot.
Nothing he can do with that.
Neil Robertson, 14.
But funnily enough,
That's
he's just done
really
exactly
good
that. But I think in that situation, that's absolutely fair enough. So is that touching ball? I don't think it is it? No, not quite. So we can still play the little layup to it.
He needs good control over the pace of the white with this shot. That's
16 ahead with 35 to go. Just waiting for touching ball. I don't think it is, though, still. Oh, I think it is. Yeah, it certainly is now, I think. No, it's not, if you look. There's a little bit of difference between the two, so I'm just glad I checked from multiple angles, or else we would have been playing a shot away from the ball when we didn't need to. And would have got a foul from it, ultimately.
He just wants to ensure he gets this cue ball tight to the cushion with the shot. Brilliantly played.
Now, we've got a little bit of a gap, so I'm just going to whack this, because I don't really want to sit here and play this all day. You know, if he takes the red, he takes the red, but I don't think he'll clean up here, so I'm not too worried about that. And that's in really good position for him. Again, I know not the best snooker, and it just seems silly, but to give points away, but to be honest, you know, I don't want to wait around forever. And, as I say, I don't think he'll clean up here. As you can see, he's just missed the green. But that leaves us in a bit of a precarious position on the yellow. Going to try and play a bit of a double here. This is just not going to go well at all. Maybe practically play the double on the cue ball, never mind anything else. But it's going to be a tricky cut on this yellow for him to pot it. So we've not done too badly out of that.
He's using the rest here.
But he's... ooh, I've already had potted it there. But as you can see, it's not worked out too badly because all he's done is made position for us on both the yellow and the green. Oh, what? I played screw back there. Maybe not hard enough.
Foul.
And to be honest, that's my own fault. You know, getting a little bit too complacent, a little bit cocky. And, you know, that's my own fault. So, it did go in off. And, of course, the yellow's still in play now. And we're just going to play a bit of a safety here. Again, it's going to require a bit of a long pot for him to pot this. And I don't think I can be quite so complacent now. But he's played that really well. I know he missed the long pot, but...
he doesn't want to play this with too much pace.
Still, you know, not too bad to end up in that sort of position. And that wasn't the best shot at all from us. Again, his cueing's not been the best so far, so we get a little bit of solace off that.
To get the snooker here.
And he's missed the yellow again. But really, unfortunately, he keeps playing it to that cushion.
He won't want to underhit this shot.
And that should be just fine if it just stays on the cushion. Makes it a very tricky pot for him. I mean, this does. The angle's a tricky one for him to make, so...
He'll be conscious of not overhitting this.
A little bit of a battle going on over this yellow. Want to be careful he doesn't snooker us. He hasn't there. And it might be worth just trying to hit this fin into the pocket, you know. There's nothing to lose, really, here.
This is a half chance.
But a lot to gain. There we go. We've potted it.
Pot.
Sometimes if you just take a chance, you get it. Now, we haven't snookered ourselves, I don't think, so we're just about okay. Going to play a lot of screw back on this just to make sure that it comes to the pocket and rolls back.
Costly error?
Why is that? I don't get that. I don't understand why that's gone in off. Very peculiar. Well, he's potted the green really well there. Fair play to him. Well, I think he could win this now. I'm going to have a look at the overhead camera because that's peculiar. Because if you play screw back on those shots, obviously it'll hit the object ball and then just bounce back.
This, it could end badly.
But remarkably, oh, well, we've underhit this. And we're going to get a foul against us. And to be honest, how scrappy and how ridiculous do you want to get? You know, we've made 1 or 2 mistakes and been a bit jokey about it, but
Pay for that error.
to be quite honest, that was awful.
Develops.
Foul and a miss. David Lilly, 5.
But not much better shot from him. Again, this is a tight angle, but should be makeable.
This is risky.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's brilliant. Absolutely.
As I said, we've got to have a much better frame in the
Cue ball
second
was
because this has
finished
been
very nicely.
abysmal, to be quite honest. Now, let's try and cut the pink in. It's a
Important pot here.
tricky one. But that's just about going, I think, and it has.
Tremendous pot. Brilliant.
And that effectively shuts out his
And that
opponent in
is
this
the frame. Providing any
11.
fouls, of course, but that is the frame.
He's fortunate.
And a
there.
nice pot there. Really nice pot to end off the frame.
And the
And I think if we
frame
can forgive
is up.
ourselves for all those misdemeanors with that
is
nice
the
black
frame.
we got at the end
Well
there.
played.
But much better frame needed in
Well,
the second,
he's
and that's
established a
where we're going
one-frame
to
lead
focus
here.
now.
Some pretty impressive snooker in that last frame.
Of course, though, we
Yes,
do
he
need
just
to
needs to
improve
keep
against
building on
the bigger
momentum of
players. That
last
I
frame.
acknowledge
Let's
that.
see how this develops.
But against these sort of players, you don't really need to play your best snooker, although it does get you into a bit of a tempo. You know, if you're not really, not necessarily trying, but if you're not going for what you would go for and, you know, play safer like against the big players, then
Pace
you're not going to
is
get the
critical
experience. But he's played the safety there. Fair play to him. And I think he snookered us. So, again, fair play. And I'm not very good at getting out of these, so might be a bad idea. Let's have a look. Going to come off this cushion, I think, and there's about right. But again, I'm not great at judging these shots. I want to hit this quite soft, just so if we
trying
did
to
get up to them, we
reduce any
don't
risk
completely
with this
break the
shot.
pack. Let's have a look. Oh, we've completely missed that there. Really bad judgment. We're going to hit the brown as well. Well, I mean, we snookered him there again, so
Well,
I
it was a
suppose
really
that
hard
wasn't
shot,
that
and
wasn't
it
the worst
hasn't
thing
worked
to get
out
out
for
of
him
it, but
at
we
all.
need to hit this a lot
Foul and a miss.
further
David
back,
Lilly,
because I think it did
4.
sort of
Free
come
ball.
off this cushion, and then if you watch the ball, it kind of, yeah. From my memory, anyway, for some reason, I can't remember where that shot went. Did it actually? Oh my
Be
god, I can't
mindful of
remember.
pace here. He really doesn't want to
I
overhit
think I'm losing
this.
my memory. We'll come off this cushion sub this time. Although the brown is blocking this, so it might be a good omen not to come off that cushion. But it must be further back, because if you go from there, there's no way you're going to hit the red. So we'll come from a bit further back. You know, I was on about, well, we need to forget our misdemeanors in this frame. There we go. I mean, we got out of it. Not the best escape ever, but it's much better than conceding points through fouls.
He successfully navigates
But
the
as I said in the
snooker,
first
but
few
he's left
episodes, a
with
lot of
difficult
progress to be
chance.
made. You know, we are just about... Wow, that's an impressive pot. There is a lot of progress to be made, but we are a lot better in terms of our
4.
potting anyway than we were in the first few episodes. So that can get us through frames.
David
But
Lilly,
ultimately,
4.
to be up there with the big boys, we've got to be winning, you know, frames and doing it comfortably. Now, this red should go in terms of a plant into the other. Now play with some screw back. Of course, we can't play with too much because of the angle we're at. We're going to hit this really hard, though. And there we go. Good pot. Just wanted to make sure we could get clear of the pack of reds, because those are a bit toxic if you get into them. But luckily,
1.
the blacks just bounced, and we've made a really good position on the black there, so that's nice. Good pot. And again, decent position on a red, so thumbs up there. Let's just keep focused. We're not going to win this frame in one visit, I can tell you that now. We're not quite that good yet. But let's try and just keep calm and stay on the table for a bit. Of course, there are some factors that are a little bit out of your control that might take you off the table. But, you know, it's all a little bit of luck sometimes. But equally, you've got to play your best snooker. Now, there's nothing going here that I'm obviously missing. This pink... No, I'm not going to risk the pink. So, the yellow's better than a smack in the face, so we'll take the yellow. But again, this yellow, not really the easiest shot. But I think we're just about
Attempting to
there.
sink this into the left corner pocket.
There we go, good pots. And back there in the table again. A little bit too far down, actually. But you never know, we might get a good position on something that we haven't noticed.
11.
Maybe this into the middle. It's either that into the middle, Or this into the top, this one here. So bearing that in mind, might as well go for this one.
He fancies this
Hit
red.
it soft so we can get it in the pocket and equally maybe get a good position on the black if it goes, but
That's
no,
really
not quite.
Close, but not quite close enough.
But if we'd have hit it with any more angle, it would have hit the red and gone completely wayward. So
Neil Robertson, 11.
not too fussed about that, but doesn't leave anything particularly easy on. I mean, he can get a pot here. It's not like we haven't left anything on at all. But he's thinking about this. And taking quite a while at it too. Just playing the safety then in the end, so understandable. Just making sure we can't see anything that can go through. Now, we could play possibly the plant here, but I'm not so confident about those. So in light of that, we're not going to bother. I mean, that's a very thin shot required on the red, and it's just going to go wrong. So in light of that, we're going to just play the safety on this red. Back up to bulk. This looks pretty good. Don't hit the green and just stay right at the top of the table. I mean, there is a chance for a long pot on that red that's also almost forms a triangle with the blue and the pink. So he's going to go for that one. But he doesn't get good enough contact with it, so that's not gone. This red will go into the middle, I'm sure.
Right centre pocket here.
It does.
That's a
Good
beauty.
pot.
What a wonderful pot.
1.
I think we'll try and take the blue now. But this is no gimme. Again, in this game, it's a lot harder to pot these blues than it is on previous games. But we've got it.
Quality queuing there.
Just a little bit too much on the power, to be honest. We didn't quite need to be this far down, but again, we might just be okay.
6.
I mean, it requires a long pot on this blue, red, or a cut on this one, which, as I've said, I'm not a fan of the cut shots, but you never know, we might be able to make it here. I doubt it, but could be pleasantly surprised, and we have been. Just a little bit much power to get on the blue, but it's fine because the green provides a little bit of cover.
7.
And if we can get into a good rhythm here, hopefully we can get this done nice and quickly and get a 2-frame lead. And
Nice
funnily enough, hitting the yellow on the way through has provided us some good positions. So, as I said earlier about, you know, focusing on potting, sometimes you just do get position out of a little bit of luck sometimes. But then, other times, of course, you have to command that for yourself. Like we could have done here with this cue ball, but a bit
11.
dubious whether it gets through to the black. It doesn't, does it? No, it's a bit of a shame. But to be fair, any further down it would have been a narrow pot. But this pink should go, but the blue is a pretty straight pot, so that makes the most sense from a logistical point of view in terms of probabilities. But again, this isn't an easy pot. But it's gone.
Wonderful shot.
And we can finally get rid of that red up bulk.
16.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a worry. Always was when playing a safety shot. Just got to bear in mind this yellow does crowd that middle pocket now. Just bearing in mind that for the blue. But a good pot on it. And hopefully this stops. And that's perfectly on the blue. So no worries about that.
17.
But once again, we could have played the green or brown if we needed to. But let's just try. No, I don't want to. This won't. I don't think it's going to go into the pack. But we might as well hit it nice and hard and just give it a try. Ooh, just off there. Unfortunate. But that has sacrificed position a little bit. If we did hit that a lot soft, you would have you would have been able to tell that position would have been great on this red. But now it's not. And bit of a shot to nothing here. Try and play it into the middle pocket. Very fine cut, but just want to avoid these reds as well.
This is
Don't know if
tough.
it's going to be anywhere near, but you just never know.
So close.
No, it just
but he's
misses.
missed it. That'll annoy
Hang on. Where's the red? Where's the red? Come on. Come on. Oh, really unfortunate there.
Neil
Could have
Robertson,
bounced back and got the pot, but we haven't.
Good chance to
And
get
it was
a
a
foot
decent
in the
break
door
there,
here.
considering how badly we did in the first. But we'll let Lily have a bit of a play now.
6.
But we certainly need to pick up our game going into the next rounds. We appreciate that.
David
And as I
Lilly,
said, we could get anyone in the next round. I don't think there's any sort of formed tournament tree in this game. It's a real shame, you know. It doesn't. The older games would say, right, if you get through this round, you're playing such and such next, which would have been a great feature. I might be wrong. There might be a
Nicely onto
there
the
might be a
colour.
tournament tree as you get to the later rounds. I might be completely wrong, but It's a little bit of a shame being in that suspension. It doesn't really bode much realisticness to real life. Of course, when players know that if they win this match, they'll play such and such, and that pink just missed. We got the angles a little bit wrong, and that's not really good enough.
Neil Robertson.
But of course, it's not the main priority of the developers, just a cosmetic thing.
1.
In the future, again, this is their first effort with Snooker 19, and it could have been a lot worse.
8.
But Lily missing a long red there.
Lily. 8.
Unfortunate for him. We're going to play this one up bulk. Play for a little bit of screw back. Maybe try and get on with these bulk colours. Again, the pink wouldn't be too bad at all, would it? Got to pop this red though first, which has gone. And this should be nicely on the brown. Or even the blue, perhaps. No, it's going to be the... no, the pink's a bit of a tight one, so don't want to risk it necessarily at this stage. This frame's still quite close. So just got to bear that one in mind. Could do with this pulling up a little bit, but not too much behind the blue. And in fact, that's exactly where it's pulled up.
5.
Unfortunate. We could have gone for this long pot on the red, but that's not possible now.
He just wants to
Maybe a little bit of a cut on this red into the middle. Good pot.
Great shot.
Really impressive cueing.
And actually, in that, we're fairly well positioned on the pink. That's now up bulk, so
6.
we might as well take that. Whoops. Hit with a little bit of power, but just bear in mind we don't want too much.
Left corner pocket.
There we go. Ooh! Is it going to go into the different one? Are we going to get a bit of luck? Yes, we are. Well, sometimes you just need a little bit of luck, and that was a little bit too hard for our own good, to be honest. We should have played that a little bit softer. But we got a bit of luck in the end.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
And we'll try and take that luck and pot the red, which you have done, and that's not badly on the black.
Excellent cueing.
13.
Going to be a tight one into this corner pocket. We haven't potted a black yet in this frame, so we might as well have a go. And there we go. That's proved to be quite a good one, but no position on any of the reds, unfortunately, because of that.
20.
Really potting that pink was a bit of a disaster, because we would have had good position on that red. But nonetheless, we're pretty much plenty ahead, so we're going to try and just whack this off the cushion and see where we can get. And hopefully we don't provide any position for him. Oh, where's the pink? About to say. Yeah, luckily no position for him on the wet red we just hit, but there is nice position on that red that's nicely poised in the middle of the table.
Neil Robertson,
but he's missed that,
20.
and as I say, his cueing's really not very good here. But equally, it doesn't provide the easiest shot. You know, it would have been nice to have an easier one. But we'll try and pot it.
Tough shot coming up.
And sometimes just a bonus if you can. Yeah, good pot right in the heart of the pocket. Fantastic.
Great positional shot.
We're bound to be on one colour here. And that looks like it could be the green. I'm going to have a quick sniff at this brown. And I think it will go. So yeah, we might as well go for the brown. Not too hard.
Just the brown.
With the screw back.
That's a top shot. Well played.
Ooh, that was close, but just about in. And this provides good position on the red. Good pot. And that's the frame, providing any snookers, and we're in good position for the black.
6.
So I think we'll pot the black, try and get it up the table, of course. But if not, we'll just roll it up to the yellow, and hopefully he'll concede the frame.
He's finished a little bit awkward.
As we're 45 ahead, we've only 27 to play for, so
13.
There's no real point in playing on. But this looks good, doesn't it? To get round to the second round of the Paul Hunter Classic. Much better in this second frame than the first, definitely. He might play on for a bit of experience.
Neil Robertson, 13. Frame conceded.
But he hasn't, and he's conceded the frame, so we're now 2-0 up with one frame to go, potentially. Of course, Lily could come back, it's his break. So he could snooker us from the off like he did in a safety shot in the second frame. But the second frame a lot better than the first. I think, as I said, if we play against someone better, then they will take chances which we've left on a plate in terms of the long pots. That separated the reds a little bit. Is there a long pot on this red? But he's done really well to get it behind the two balls there to put off the long pot. So fair play to him.
Doesn't want to underhit this shot.
And again, he's going to give it his best because this tournament is a completely open one. No qualifiers required, so it's a easier one to get into the main rounds, but this
That's
effectively
not
acts as a
worked out quite as
qualifier. You know,
intended
it
to.
slims down the field by half. But as you can see, David Lilly, no offence to him, but not really a player who's going to go too far in this tournament with that sort of queuing. But, you know, he's one of the players on the tour. He's got to be respected. Now, we're going to try this long red, but if it doesn't go in again, it provides a bit of safety.
No, not quite.
Just about
Pretty
missed.
close, though, but that won't
Pretty
provide
close, as I
any
just
solace.
said, yeah. But no pots just yet, but it's just fine. Again, luckily, the two reds quite a way away
Safety
from the
here,
pack
I
are
think.
close together, so that provides a little bit of luck for us, but he's played a half-decent safety here. And really, if we play this red, it just doesn't provide any safety at all, so we're going to try and line this up to the reds. This shot hasn't really gone too well so far. Hit it quite soft. Does it make it? Does it make it? I don't think it does. It doesn't make it.
Well,
Again, that's the
he's given
problem
away the foul.
with kind of making your
Foul
shots
and a miss.
and the
David
exact
Lilly, 4.
percentage they need to get to the bulk of reds in the pack. But oh well, you know, we haven't made it this time. But I'm gonna lay it up to this one now
Just wants to get the cue ball safe here.
and hit this a little bit harder just to make sure we do get there, but doesn't leave anything on that's easy anyway. It's a little bit of a scrappy start to this third frame.
He'll be trying to get the cue ball safe here.
Ooh, where's the cue ball? Well, that's very, very lucky there. Really lucky. Now, is there any way to get to this red? No, there's not, unfortunately. But that's very lucky there from Lilly. You know, he's should count his lucky
looking
stars.
for
Now, we're
safety
going to
again.
have this a little bit harder than it
Who
should
will
be, and in
make the
fact,
first
hit it
mistake?
even harder than that, which is a little bit of a problem. But does it leave anything on? Yes, it does. No, I don't think it does, actually. That pink does block the way for that red, but we'll soon
Tricky
find out
safety
whether it does
coming
or
up.
not. But another safety here from Lilly, but bizarrely, it was quite a poor one. Now, can we get through? We certainly can to this red, so we're going to try and take that.
Well, it goes. Half a chance.
Good pot.
Brilliant pot.
And we want to really get up to that red in bulk. I don't like the fact that that's there. You know, it's a little bit of a worry that that red is there.
1.
But pink certainly won't go into that pocket, so blue required here. Just make sure this is lined up correctly. Really, the cue ball should go straight down the table. If it had sort of a decent power, that's my thinking. We might as well play it a little bit harder. Make sure there's no side on there, because that does mess up the shot a little bit. But fingers crossed we can pop this and get a little bit into
That's
the
a
reds.
really
And as you
good
can
split,
see,
and this
a
is
few
a
more
real
reds broke open
opportunity.
for the pack. There's no point completely whacking the pack open. But,
6.
you know, it's a few reds and we can develop them reds even more over time. But requires a screw back shot here because of the fact that the reds are quite tightly packed still. So we would just make very difficult position on a colour. But I think this pink could go through these reds here, but unfortunately it doesn't quite go. But this blue becomes a little bit of a tighter shot now from this angle.
This is being played towards the left middle pocket.
No, I didn't think we'd pot
He'll
it.
want to try and eliminate errors like that in this
Just
match.
a little bit too much. But luckily, that's not too bad.
Neil Robertson, 7.
Doesn't
He's
leave
looking
anything
for
easy
the
on, and
pot
that's all that
into the right
matters. But you
middle.
can pop this into the middle. Good eye there.
1.
But what we've seen with David Lilly so far, you know, he gets a few impressive pots, maybe gets a 10-20 break, which is, to be fair, all we've got, so we can't really comment.
David Lilly, 5.
But then goes for something a little bit silly like he did there and misses out. Not really much available here, is there? It's a very fine cut on this red, which I don't think will go. We've just got to bear in mind the cue ball as well. But this would provide a bit of safety, I suppose, just providing it's not quite going on that cushion by the pocket, so it doesn't bounce off the jaw. And that's very, very soft. Where's this cue ball going? Where is it going? No, we've just missed that pocket. That's fine.
That's a poor
But as I've
shot,
said
really.
multiple times, we've seen clearly that we haven't played our best snooker.
1.
But they should still get us through against Lilly. Of course, nothing over yet. We lost 3-2 to Rory McLeod in the third episode
9.
after being 2-0 up. So if this is an extra long video, expect that. But we should just be fine here if he plays like he has done. But 2 reds and 2 blacks, that's not to be scoffed at. But his break over there.
This is being played towards the left middle pocket.
Good pot.
That's a top shot.
Thank you very much. Brown should go here. In the middle.
This is not easy.
Good pot.
Loose shot.
Back down the table again. Not really providing much position on anything, but it's tricky.
Right.
We might go for that red up the table. Might try and take a chance on it, but quite a fine one needed.
Shot
Hit it a little bit hard. It's got to get up there at the end of the day. But I don't think this will go, but you never know. And there we go. It has. You don't take a chance. And as the classic say, if you don't buy a ticket, you'll never win the raffle. So just bear that in mind. A little bit of a inspirational quote there for doing things that perhaps you wouldn't do. You know, if you don't try, basically, you'll never know if you'll win or not. Is the moral of that one.
10.
You know, you'll always live forever thinking, well, if I'd have gone for that pot, would I have potted it?
Would you believe
We haven't potted that one. That one was
missed.
really
That
off. I
should
should
have
have
gone
took more time over that shot. That's probably the problem with me. I try and get shots
Robertson.
done quickly and get on with the game, but sometimes it just requires that little bit more time. Not Peter Ebdon style, but requires
Be
just a
aware of
little
the
bit more
risks
time just to
associated with playing this with too much
make sure that
pace.
it's all correct. But no position here, really, unless we go for this red that will go into the top. But that's absolutely bonkers. I don't think it gets past the pink to go into that top pocket. So that beared in mind, might as well play a safety here on said red.
He'll want to get this cue ball close to the cushion.
Probably a little bit too hard. But luckily the yellow stops it a bit. But still good position for him on these reds. As you can see, 4 reds still closely
Pretty
bunched
poor
together.
set,
But
really.
4 reds on the cushion. But again, you know, better players would take that. Now, weirdly, as I said, the earlier problem with screw back is fine here. But that was a very close pot, so you'd expect that to screw back. Bit of an odd problem with that green and yellow in the first frame. If there's anything that
1.
I'm missing here and you guys know, then you'll have to let me know down below. But this is a cracking opportunity to get into the reds.
He's aiming for the left
So we'll
corner
try and do
here.
just that.
That's a great split.
There we
He'll be
go.
Lucky if he's not anything here.
Good shot. Now let's reap the rewards of doing that now rather than letting him in.
Oh, that's an unforced error. And it
Ooh,
could
well.
have cost him.
Well.
Neil
We'd
Robertson,
crafted good position actually on the pink and then the next red, but he's potted that red
1.
now and just a little bit hard. And he's potted the pink. This could be David Lilley's frame quite easily. To be fair, you could argue he does deserve one maybe. He hasn't played his best snooker, but, you know, sometimes
50.
we haven't played our best, so it's not in terms of he deserves one maybe, it's in terms of we don't
16.
deserve this frame. But he's potted the
23.
black. Well, he's on a good break here. Definitely his best of the match, but he's missed
David
that red
Lilley,
and that's end of break.
23.
Unfortunate for Lilley. Still plenty of points on the table, so no talk about anyone for winning the frame just yet. But we need to get an equally good break now to just stay in the frame.
Nicely
And that should be
positioned
nicely
for
on a
black.
colour.
1.
Ideally want to be going for the higher colours, of course, just to make sure we can get a good break with the least amount of balls as possible. That makes sense. Good pot on the black. Now, whichever red we go for here, it's going to be quite
8.
tight. So I think we're going to go for the one that it's suggesting. Good pot. Now, the pink doesn't look too bad as a long pot.
9.
But, of course, it is a risky one. Just got to get past that yellow, which provides quite a good marker here, actually, for this shot. Now, nothing too hard. This will probably be end of break anyway, to be honest. Maybe try and play a little bit of screw back.
Not an
Perhaps
easy
get on
one,
a red.
but a half chance.
Got to pop the pink, though, first. Very tricky one. But it's in. It's there. Now a fine cut needed for this one into this pocket.
The cue ball there.
Very
He'll
fine.
Be annoyed with that.
15.
And it's there.
That's a top shot. Outstanding potting.
Got a wasp in my room now because I've opened the window. Well, hopefully that doesn't distract me. Yeah, stop buzzing. Go home. But this pink will bring us back up to touch with David Lilly. 2 points out.
That's not ideal.
Certainly not ideal on the red, but we'll still give it a crack.
22.
No real point paying safety at this point.
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
And it's there. Again, that old story, if you don't buy a ticket, you won't win the raffle. But we're not going to buy a ticket on this splat because I'm fairly sure that our chance of winning the raffle will be quite low. So we'll pop the yellow and hopefully get back on it, if you like. Of course, that'll be the next ball we have to pop. But this will be the first time if we can just move it a little bit and probably a little bit softer. Tricky pot, this. I don't really have much faith, but it's dropped. And for the first time in quite a while, we are ahead in this frame. Now, this yellow could go for the middle, but ultimately, it doesn't look bad into the bottom, so we might well go for this.
Just the colours remaining.
Looking good, looking good. And it's there. Sacrifice position on the pink, the green quite a bit there, but oh well. Be good to still get a pot out of this. It's a tricky one.
Yes, he's taking the pot on.
Nearly, nearly. Oh, it's not quite there. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Don't commit another foul. Oh, finally.
Neil Robertson, 27.
We are 3 ahead though here. That advantage would have been stripped straight away if he'd have potted the green there, but he doesn't. Now you could argue it would be easier to go for this one into the other corner pocket, but that was a disaster. To be quite frank, but we're right down the table, so it's fine. I think we might have even snookered him here. I don't quite think we have, but no, yeah, we have. And he hasn't got out of it. Oh, that's... we're going to ask him to play on here because this isn't an easy shot. We might make a mistake. We'll force a retake, actually, from there.
Ask for his opponent to play again.
He won't want to.
It's not going to hurt. Let's have a look. Oh, he's just about hit it, and that's not provided nothing too great in position, but it's not too bad. And I wonder if we can get a fine cut into this middle pocket. That would be great. No, just a little bit too hasty on the angle there. And he'll get the most out of it.
What he intended at all.
But of course, that gives us an extra 4 points. A little bit of a cushion, and he's missed that. Wow. Well, we need to make sure we do pop this now, because we look a bit of a fool if we don't, but it's a tricky one. There we go, it's there. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Don't go in, just bounce correctly. There we go, good stuff. Now, this brown, and the blue, and the frame's all ours, and the game, more importantly. Brown's there. Blue's going to be a tricky one.
Not really what he was intending. He lost position here.
7.
But we're just going to play it up to this blue.
He'll have to be very careful with the pace here.
Again, the worry would be if we missed the blue, that of course he'd have a good chance at potting it. Which we don't want. Because of course the next 2 balls can come, you know, quite easily. It suggests there's a 50-50 probability really of potting both of those, but that's very lucky that the blues bounced the way it has. Again, there's a pot chance on for him, but it's going to be a long one. And he's potted it, to be fair, and this could be the frame for David Lilly now. Well, have we made a mistake? I think we have. He's going to win this. He's going to win the frame. And he has. Well,
the frame, David Lilly.
That makes the video just a little bit longer. It could be an hour special, so apologies about that, folks. But we're going to break off here.
Neil Robertson.
Just when we thought we'd won the frame, we have to play another one. And hopefully this doesn't go the same way that the match against Rory McLeod did. But we've just got to keep focused. We've got to play sort of the way we did there, but make sure we pot a few more balls and make sure that even if he does pop the last 3, that we still win the frame.
Safety here.
Well, he's blown that safety. So let's think about it. Let's not be too hasty about this. Let's try and get this red
Half
into
a chance
pocket.
here.
Good pot. We've
That was a
broken the reds up
strange choice
slightly
of
now.
shot
Need a
there.
very fine cut this one on the black, but we might as well go for
Half a
it.
chance here.
Again, provides a safety. It's very close to the corner pocket, but we've got very lucky. Massively lucky
Neil
there.
Robertson, 1.
Pace is the key with this
Gonna have
shot.
to come off the cushion. But again, he's got quite lucky, unless there's a position on this red. Ooh, hello. Good spot this would be. Ooh, it just about hits the
Wow,
cushion,
he'll be
but
thrilled
it's
with
gone
that.
in.
1.
Pink won't go, so it's going to be one of the lower colours, and it'll be the blue.
Yes, he's taking the pot on.
Again, tricky on the blue, but he was pretty accurate with that all
What a
day.
magnificent pot that is.
But that
Well,
wasn't too
couldn't have
accurate, but
played
it
that
still
any
went in.
better. Superb
Now, can we get a
positional
bit of
shot.
luck? Get off the cushion, still be on the red.
6.
I think this position just about on the red. Very lucky there. Good pot. And this is going well for us. Our luck might run out a little bit here. But it hasn't, it seems, because we are well positioned on
Taking
the
this
pink. Good pot.
13.
Our luck definitely has run out, though, here. Yeah, nothing on here. No, there's not, is there? No. Well, your luck's bound to run out at some point, so
Pace is absolutely critical here.
not too fussed about that. But up the table, a good start to the frame. Again, we're not really capable of making 50-60 breaks at the moment, so we've got to take everything as it comes,
Neil Robertson, 30.
ultimately.
This really is tricky.
But he's missed that pot. Disappointing for him. It's going to be quite a tight one on this red, but
Now,
I think what we've got to get a little bit
into the
better
right
at is just
corner.
breaking up the reds, because we want easier pots than these.
What a top shot that is.
Makes it a little bit tricky, but we could
Great
have position on a
view.
black here, potentially.
1.
Yeah, looks like a half decent shot. Play with a little bit of... Oh, for Christ's sake. That's the first time I've
He'll
done
be
that all
really
the time
annoyed
in
with
this
that
game.
foul. Lack of composure,
Tried
perhaps?
to go back and press the
Foul
A
and
button.
miss.
Well, that was a bit silly,
Neil
but
Robertson,
that could
1.
let David Lilly in. But in
David Lilly,
fact, it's worked
4.
out the complete opposite way. Giving us a good chance. Has it, though, actually? No, it looked better at first glimpse. Really annoying, though, because we'd have been nicely on the black. We would have potted the black, and, well, oh well. Just comes to naught. But annoying, that. Just making a bit of a mistake. And now provides for a little bit of a tricky safety, but all things happen for a reason, in my opinion, so there's obviously
Pace
some
is
reason why
very
this has
important.
happened. But that reason being positive for us is something that I'm yet to be confirmed on.
He's playing the pot here.
Oh, he's blown the long pot on the red again. Again, better players would... I say we would be 3-0 down if we were playing against a top 50 player, to be quite honest. Right, we've commanded that good
Nicely
position on
onto
the
the
black
colour.
again.
1.
Let's make sure we pot it this time.
This should be pretty straightforward.
There we go. It's there.
Very well played.
8.
Now, we can't, can we? Because of that bloody black. Well, we might well have said well played, but no position here on anything. So, scrap that. Don't know what we're going to play here. Bit unstuck, to be honest. Gonna have to come off a few cushions, hit this a little bit harder than we would.
Pace is the key with this shot.
Pace is key. I mean, that was quite a really poor safety, but fingers crossed he doesn't take the advantage. But if he doesn't pot this red, to be fair, the angles come a little bit harder now.
Not what he intended at all.
There's nothing completely
He'll be annoyed
obvious,
with
but
that.
there's that red there. I wouldn't be surprised
Neil
if he missed
Robertson,
this.
8.
But he's potted it,
1.
so fair play to him. Not done much of that this game, which highlights how bad we've been, you know. But, well, how hard did you want to hit it there,
David
Dave?
Lilly, 7.
Jeepers. Good pot on the red, though.
Nicely
Provides a
onto the
decent position
colour.
on the blue.
1.
Might as well get a little bit of screw back here. Good pot. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
6.
Good. Now come back round for this one. And see what position we can get out of it. Hit nice and soft. A little bit harder than that. Oof, just there. The speed of the table's still not clear. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Very lucky there on the pink. I was looking for the black, but... oh, no. I was going to say very lucky there on the pink, but it's not really, is it? It's not going to go. Oh, that's frustrating. So the blue really our only opportunity. It's going to be corner pocket. We can't quite get the angle on this to go into the middle, unfortunately, here.
It's half a chance, but a chance nonetheless.
This is a tricky one.
And he's missed it.
And with all shots on this game, you know, I'm not a mile out,
Neil Robertson.
but it's just
7.
narrow.
He's looking
Really
to pop
narrow
this into the
margins, and
left corner
sometimes you
pocket.
miss them. Really
1.
good position on the black, actually, there from David Lilly. Well crafted.
8.
And he's still in this frame, much like the third, which makes
9.
things a little bit worrying, and it was a similar break to this in that frame. You know, this could be
16.
worrying for us. Potted the red.
17.
Now another black, and he'd go ahead. It's
24.
there. And there's a very easy chance we can get in a red. After this red, and actually he's going to get the black again.
25.
Wow. After the black, there is a bit of a... Well, he's going for the pink for position, presumably, here.
31.
Still makes this a tricky pot. So that might provide a bit of solace for us, but he's just missed that. It's unfortunate
David
for
Lilly,
him.
31.
But he doesn't leave us with anything easy. So that's a little bit
It's half a
disappointing.
chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Too much. No, I
He's
knew
missed
that
the pot.
straight away. And he's got a good position on this red now. I don't like those tight pots into the pocket that he's going to presumably play now. I don't
Missed
like
the
these,
pot.
but he's missed that.
Careless.
And that's got to be disappointing for him. But rather than that fine cut now, we're going to play this one that we did miss before. Again, we sort of made a good position on it, so
Yes, he's taking
I'm
the
quite
pot
happy
on.
to take that pot. Good pot. And if this pulls up, we'll be nicely on the... Oh, no, we won't. Because of that blooming red. Well,
1.
we've got good position. I'm just going to show you evidence this. I mean, it would... does it... You know what? I'm going to risk it. I think it just does go past. If we hit it to the right part of the pocket. Oh, dear. Oh, I mean, it
Neil
went
Robertson,
past, but
1.
too far angled to the right. I mean, that was a silly experiment. Oh, my goodness. Did you
1.
see that? I don't know why I'm fast-forwarding
really
his shots. I really shouldn't. But, wow. I couldn't believe that pot.
David
He missed
Lilly,
it and then
1.
potted it into the side. And I think we're going to be 2-all. It's going to be 2-all here, honestly.
Looking to run this along the cushion.
We can't get this red, and thank God we do. Now, we've got to remain focused now. We've got to
1.
pretty much clear up. Because we gave him that opportunity last time, and... Well, this pink's tricky, so... In light of that, I'm much happier going with the brown. Gives better position on the yellow, ultimately, as well.
That's just magnificent.
I mean, that was probably too much. But... Pot these balls and we're through to the third round. The third round. Again, we're not quite going there yet. So we don't quite need the power we did.
He's aiming to sink this
Get
into
back
the
off
right
the
corner.
cushion or onto the green. Oh, no.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Ah, wrong way. Well, we're going to hit this right in the direction of the brown.
He'll be aware how important pace is for this shot.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, there's a pot
Neil
on for
Robertson,
him. Of course there is, but
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
whether he'll make it or not, I think he will. Yeah, he has.
That's a top
And
shot.
unbelievably, if he makes this
Outstanding
brown and blue, he's going to bring it
Very
back to
happy
2
with the
each.
position here.
Always miss the brown.
David
But doesn't
Lilly,
leave anything that's massively easy on, but, I mean, it'll be a potable one. It's quite hard, though, to just get the screw back,
Tricky
because
shot
at that angle, it would just follow it straight into the pocket, which is something we don't want. Good pot.
That's loose.
And
He
it
wanted
comes
more
down to these
control
last
there.
3 colours again.
4.
I mean, we
playing
need
safe
all of them
here.
this time. Not like last time where we just had to pot the one ball.
The cue ball looks pretty safe here.
But he's in the driving seat.
Robertson.
Hopefully we can avenge what we did last time. Oh, well. He's left that a bit narrow, but we're going to go for
really
it.
Challenging.
No,
He's
quite a
missed
way
that.
off. And disappointing. Silly, really, you could argue. Because he will win this frame again.
This is a great
Unbelievable, this is.
opportunity.
Quite unbelievable. Well, he's got to miss this pink, and he's not going
Doesn't
to.
want to overhit this.
But he's tried to play a bit of a
David
safety.
Lilley,
Has it worked?
fine.
Debatable. But I think he's trying to get us into playing a bad safety, to be honest. I mean, I'd have just gone for the pot on the pink. I know
It
that
looks like he's trying to get the
it's
cue
proved
ball
last
tight
time that
on
it
the
didn't work
cushion.
with us. But I'd have just gone for the pot. You know, no messing about. And this episode
Nicely
just
done.
ticked over to an hour. But this is a really tricky one now.
He needs to be mindful of not under-hitting this shot.
Luckily, no real pressure on us here because there is another frame to go if we miss this. Oh, dear.
This is a
He'll
very
pop this now.
difficult shot
He's not
to
going to
beat.
take any second chances. And unbelievably, David Lilley brings it from 2-0 back to 2 each.
And the frame, David Lilley.
Well,
And that is the frame.
disappointing. Really is.
So, just a single frame required. for
Frustrating. I
victory.
mean, we can't let this frustration
Yes,
get the
this is
better
a
of us
great
because
opportunity to close out the match.
if Lilley wins this frame, of course,
Thank you, the fifth
he goes
frame,
through to the next round,
David Lilley to break.
which would be an absolute disaster for us. You know, after being a good winning streak in terms of our matches, getting a bit of momentum
Success
going. I
of
know
this
they're only
shot is reliant
qualifiers,
on perfect
but
pace.
regardless, getting a good winning streak going, you know, losing this would really shatter us. Particularly being from 2-0 up and in a commanding position, only needing those 3 balls. But clearly David Lilley's got a bit of a run now.
That's an excellent safety.
Everything goes back to the starts, and unfortunately we're going to play a bit of a safety battle, which I'm not really up for. I just want to get into the potting the balls. But we've got to remain patient. You know, the key thing in snooker is patience. And that's something we've got to have quite a bit of now. Because, proven from last few episodes, we know we can do it. We know we can win frames. But if we're not patient, if we don't pick the right shots, and we don't play well, as a result of that, then
Well,
David
he's
Lilley will
taking it
win.
on.
So we just need a bit of patience. But he could have started that off really well, but doesn't. Now, let's see if we can pick a pot. No, I don't think we can. That red goes.
He's lining this up into the right middle pocket.
Oh,
Not the
unbelievable.
quality we'd expect from a player of his skill.
Just too hard. Well, we hit it a lot harder than we'd already anticipated for. It's a cracking spot.
1.
But we're not quite queuing brilliantly. And again, he's got off to a good start. Oh, well, that was way too hard.
David Lilley, 8.
I know our shot was a bit hard, but it didn't cannon back all the way across the table, did it? Blimey.
Well, he's looking.
This
at
will be
potting
our
this
first pot
into
of the
right
frame.
corner pocket. Beautifully done.
Crowd seem to like that
One.
one.
Perfect pace required for this shot.
The long blue's gone.
Nicely done.
6.
Again, crowd seem to like that one. This red would provide good position if we can
He's
get
playing
it.
for the right corner here.
Again, good pot.
Tremendous shot.
Now, can the pink go here? I think it does.
7.
No, I mean, I'm getting it all wrong. I've said about 3 times today. I think the pink goes. Nah, it doesn't. Oh well. Another solid
He's
shot on this
attempting to
blue
sink
again would be
this
good.
Into the left corner pocket.
Good pot.
Well, an excellent pot.
He's playing very well here.
Sometimes not all about the big colours, you know. Blues and reds give you a decent break. Just got to pot a few more reds, ultimately.
He's playing for the right corner here.
Well, a lot of adjusting went on with that
Excellent
shot, but we got it just right in the
Dribbling
end.
with confidence
Unfortunately,
and
didn't get
on
the
a bit of a
pace
roll
quite
at the
right
moment.
to be on the black. So it's going to either be another blue or another pink. We're going to assess which of those is decent. I mean, that pink should go. So, in light of that, we're going to go for the pink.
Playing for
I
the
know I
middle
said it's not
pocket.
all about big colours, but there's a bit of risk with the
Down it
blue
goes.
as well. And there we go, it's gone.
Great technique, superb cueing.
19.
Well, what can we go for here? There's this tough red, and I think that's probably the best I know there's one right on the cushion we're on, but I'm not keen on those shots.
This is no gimme.
Certainly no gimme. I don't think we'll pot it, but we could be surprised. And there we go, it's there. But once again, with that shot, sacrificing the position because of how soft you have to play it. There's a part of me that fancies the black here. You know, why not go for the cut on the black? If we're lucky, which we haven't really been the last few frames, this could pot. No.
Missed pot.
Well, I think we're allowed one mistake. And
Neil
hopefully
Robertson,
that's not our last pot of the game. I don't think it will be. I don't see him getting a century here. As you can see, he's already
Lily,
missed.
1.
That didn't last too long, did it? Now this red up the what? I thought it was. I thought there was a red for some reason. I thought the brown was the red. I think I'm going colourblind. But this red really being the only good opportunity. But once again, it's unfortunate we have to be a little bit out of position because of just how soft we have to hit these to get them in to the pocket.
Oh, that's a top quality shot.
We
With
can
red.
craft
Not
this
easy at all.
black to go in, however.
1.
But once again, a soft shot required. Just in case it comes off the jaws, the softer you hit it. I mean, what was
Unforced
that?
error. Loss of concentration there, I think.
Can't pot blacks at all at the moment. Certainly don't enter me to the pot black
Robertson.
tournament. Because we can't. But that's just unfortunate.
1.
Because, as you see, we crafted quite a good position. It seems when we don't get the pot, we get good position. Which is a very
David
weird
Lily,
combination.
1.
We either get one or the other. But David Lilly not playing his best, really. Again, leaving us pretty much in here.
He's going for the left corner
Ideally, we
pocket.
want to be sort of where that red is. Maybe a little bit further back. So playing a little bit of screw. No, that's just not
it
worked, has
goes.
it? I haven't screwed back at all. Probably because of
Simply
the
wonderful.
lack of power on the
1.
shot. Pink will go, though, however, which is good.
He's lining this up into the right middle pocket.
Not the best into the middle pocket in this game so far, but that'll do.
That's a great pot.
He really looks in fine form at the moment.
7.
And this shot will certainly go.
He's aiming for the left corner here.
We like to do things the hard way over here, don't we? Blimey.
Wonderful pot. Outstanding effort.
And finally, the black looks pretty straight. If we miss this black, we should go home.
8.
In my opinion. Now I'm just going to... Oh, that's the phone. Well, perhaps that phone call might have made us change our stance. And I think, again, I believe in fate, says this might be telling us something. I mean, this black's straight, but I'm just worried about position, and that's what we've got to get here. To be honest, that's okay.
Playing this with plenty
Big
of
bounce
power.
off the cushion. And finally, we potted a
Pot
black.
that was.
He's queuing extremely well here.
A little bit too hard, to be honest, to be perfectly on a red, but we'll just have to deal with the position
50.
we've got now. This doesn't look too bad. It's a tricky one, but
He's attempting
Again,
to
doesn't
sink
look too
this
bad.
into the left corner pocket.
go on, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Yes, good pot.
Beautiful.
A few more of those,
Oh, wonderful
and that's
shot.
game, set, and match.
16.
This is no gimme.
No, gimme, absolutely. But we've potted it. Keep
Well,
coming,
I'm
keep
not sure
coming,
we'll be
keep
too
coming.
happy with
No,
that.
I don't think there's any real... actually, I mean, my judgment's been rubbish so far, but I have a feeling here. No, it's not going to go, is it? Hold on, hang on. If we hit it sort of... No, I don't think it is. It's just going to hit that red, isn't it? So, yeah, let's play a little bit of a... Yeah, just a safety. Tap it up to this red.
Pace is key, and he certainly doesn't want to overhit this.
Again, we've got a little bit of a cushion, pardon the pun, in this frame. So we can afford
Great
to.
shot. That's a really
It needs to
good
particularly
save.
well here to
Neil
get out of
Robertson,
this.
21.
But, oh, blimey. Now, this will go into the left-hand pocket, definitely. So
Not an easy one.
we might as
but
well
a
play
hard
it.
chance.
Again, it's a little bit of a tricky one and a tricky angle to make, but with this sort of lead, we might as well go for it.
No,
And,
not
oh,
this
I was
time.
just about to say, and well, we've potted it, but just a little bit too hard possibly there. And we didn't need it to be so hard, and now we've opened it up a little bit. But once again, he needs a particularly good break here, and he's failed to pot that, so we'll take that off him. Thank you. Actually, no. Let's just take a little bit more time. Yeah, we will take that now. Now, you could go for black here, but pink into the middle's not a bad shot and just provides a little bit more security. Now, we just want to make this quite soft, because to be honest, I'm not too fussed about the cue ball being quite close to where the pink is, so... I mean, that's rolled way too much up the table. Should have really played with some backspin just to stop the ball where it was, but it leaves a little bit of a longer pot on than we wanted, but it's still achievable. Might as well play a little bit of top here. Just to get the cue ball moving a bit.
Pace of this shot.
But if we pot this, which we have, there we go.
Excellent pot.
It's just a matter of time now before we win this match.
That's great cue ball control. Excellent.
We've done it the hard way though today. Really have. You know, it's nice to be on the right side of this result. Which is pretty much all confirmed with that blue. Of course, he can still get back into it mathematically, but...
And that
You know, it's going to require a pretty impressive break, which I don't really think that David's got in him based off what we've seen today. But although we've been quite scrappy, we've, you know, done it when we needed to.
13.
And this red will secure the frame. And there we go. Where's the cue ball? Should be fine. Now, will we take the blue or the brown? We'll take the brown, because then we can just line it up to the red. And then, so do you fancy that, Dave? And he'll probably go, nah, you're alright. You can have the game.
Taking it on to the left corner.
Got to pot this though, of course, first. That helps.
Cue ball.
And the story might not be over yet. Who knows, eh?
But irrelevant in this frame.
But we might be in a better... Oh, I was about to say if it rolled a little bit more, but no, I'm not going to bother. We might as well just take the pot on. There's no real risk, to be honest.
The rest won't make this any easier.
No, it's missed. Where's the cue ball? Should just be fine.
Doesn't really matter.
And I think that's game, set and match for us. But we'll see if David Lilly plays on and humours us. At the end of the day, he can still win this, but as you can see, he's quite a way behind. Hanny has conceded. We like to do things the hard way over here. But after 5 frames, the best of 5, playing all 5 frames, going 2-0 up, we should have really won that 3-0. But at the end of the day, not really good enough. But we've beat David Lilly in the first round of this Paul Hunter Classic. And we did it the hard way. Again, a really long episode for you today, folks. So apologies about that, but you might like that. You might just sit back with a cup of tea. And you probably need 2 cups of tea, to be honest, to get through. And if you have it milky, maybe even 3. But you could have it black and potentially, you know... no, even if you had it black, you need 2 cups. But as you can see, we are into round 2. So the last 64 of this tournament. And the next game is against rank 53, Wan Sijun. I think that is Wan Sijun. I might be just wrong on the pronunciation there. But as you can see, he's on the screen who we play next. And yeah, round 2. We've finished round 1 in this tournament. We beat David Lilly by 3 frames to 2. And the next one is against Wan Sijun. And hopefully, again, we can beat Wan Sijun. A little bit of a harder game, but we just need to step up our game a little bit. And hopefully, we've got into the game a little bit by playing those 5 frames. And we can improve even further from here. But that was a really long episode, so apologies for that really, folks. But hopefully you enjoyed all the same. I've been TIJ Gaming, and until the next one, make sure to leave a like down below, comment down below as well, and subscribe for future Snooker 19 content, all which you can access in the end screen, which will come up now, or just before this. I don't know how long I'm going to ramble for. But anyway, that's it for today's video. I don't want to keep you any longer than I have to, but apologies for the extra long video. But until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.